Hi guys, I'm back with another video. You can't see my face because the camera is toward the top. And today we're going to be looking at which Lego boats float and which Lego boats sink. And we're going to be explaining why they sink and float. So first we have this Lego boat. It got wet while I was filling the water. It's flat and it's light. So let's make a hypothesis right now. Is it going to float or not? For me, it may float. Let's test it out. So it's floating, and let's test if we push it down. Yep, it's gonna come right back up because it's light. So now we have so this one is a success. So we'll put it in the success pile, which I don't have, so I'm just gonna put it right here in the sun to dry. So now we have this realistic looking boat. And it has little walls, so that means it may float. And it's pretty heavy for a Lego boat, but let's test it out. We never know. And you can see here it is floating, but also bending. Let's see if we make some waves. What happens? Yep, it's good. And if we push it down, then it'll just flip over. And now, so this one's a success. So this one's a success too. Oh, the fire fell out. So now we'll let this one dry too. So now we have this big jack. I'm wondering if it'll float or not. Some boats have people and some boats don't. But right now we're gonna try this baby out. So you can see it's filling up with water. And if we push it down, it comes right up. So now we know that this boat is officially good for floating. And we can let it dry. So now we have a flat boat. It's extra flat. And it's very light. So I believe it'll float. But we never know. It may not. Let's test it out. Okay, good. Let's make the waves. Here is this. And it's pretty windy outside, so you may hear some wind. So this one's a success too. Now this one's heavy but has big walls. It's really heavy. Let's test it out. For me, I believe it's gonna sink. Let's test it out so far. And my hypothesis was wrong, I guess so. But yep, if you try flipping it over, it doesn't flip over at all, but it bends. So in real life, this would be really dangerous for a real boat. So I would kind of count it as sinking and floating. So now we'll put it in the sun to dry like our other boats. And now we have this odd looking boat. It looks weird. And it looks like it's not going to float. So we're just going to test this out, baby. And it doesn't float. It does float, but it tips over. So this we know is a fail. And this other one we tried, it's a fail too because it tips. It tips very much. So this one sinks. Let's put it in there to dry. Now we have a military boat that has a gun that works. See? Yeah. Not a bad idea. But this is a military boat that I designed. And let's see if this one will float. I believe it'll sink. And it sinks. See? Because it just tipped over because of all of this weight. Tip. So now we know this is a fail. Take this out. Put it in the sun to dry. And then this. This is a boat my sister designed. And this one my sister designed too. The others I designed. There are some she designed. 2 or 3. And then this is my friend's a boat she designed. And it has great walls. So it may float. It's very light for a Lego boat, so it's good. And now I believe it'll float. So let's try it out. It's floating! Boats need to be wide so they can float and don't tip over and stuff. Let's try pushing this down. So now we know this boat is a total excellent success. So, there. And now, I forgot to show you the lifeboat on one of the boats. I'll show it at the end of this video. And here's a boat I designed. It's very small, but I believe you can see it. Now, I think this will sink. Basically because water can get in, and I accidentally misplaced a piece on here. I'm sorry, but I accidentally misplaced a piece. So now let's test it out. So it's floating. It's getting no water in, so it's good. This boat's safe, totally safe. And because it's fat, it didn't tip over. And now we have a lifeboat. We're just gonna try this out. This is a lifeboat, and I believe it'll sink because we just saw. So now we know that this lifeboat is no longer safe. So we will replace all the lifeboats with those fat ones. This one is no longer safe. And now, my sister designed this one. It's the same one as I made. She just designed it. It's nice. And there's a person in it. So if this fails, the person's gonna die. So, let's just start. So this boat is floating. What about against waves? It's good. It's getting water in. It's still surviving though. Yep, it's good. So now we know. That all of these boats float. So now, just for fun, and some sink. And so now, just for fun, we're gonna put all the boats in at the same time. And this one. Oh, you can see this one flipped over. It's quite odd. Because it was tipping. It's like tipping. So this boat isn't kind of safe either. But we're good. And now, these other boats were fine. Oh, and the lifeboat works without a person. Haha, the lifeboat works without a person. The lifeboat works without a person. So all of these boats, not all of them, some of them all float. So I guess it's see you next time on my channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe and nice comments. Bye!